Thank you very much, Senator Reed, and thanks very much to our witnesses for being here today and for their longtime service. We owe our deepest thanks for your lifetime of commitment to America's security. This is as serious a topic as we will hear about this year. It's been nearly 15 years since the previous Strategic Posture Commission sat before this committee. They outlined their cautious but hopeful recommendations about how the United States could structure its national security policies. They shared an optimistic outlook for how the U.S. policymakers could work with other nations to reduce global threats and work to rid the world of nuclear weapons. Today, we see that world events have unfolded much differently than envisioned 15 years ago. The threats we face today are far more complicated and dangerous than they foresaw. Indeed, senior flag and general officers continue to testify before this committee that we are entering the most dangerous national security moment since World War II. Major conflicts have erupted in Europe and the Middle East. The United States economy is reeling with inflation and instability. We face the unprecedented prospect of two nuclear-armed peer adversaries in Russia and China. The Strategic Posture Commission report offers a stark description of the dangers we face today and over the next 10 years. It also lays bare just how much work we have to do before we can meet these threats. We're not even close to where we need to be. Over the past 2 years, this committee has watched China's military grow. Beijing has more than doubled the size of its nuclear arsenal. It has expanded its shipbuilding capacity, so that the capacity to build ships is now more than 230 times that of the United States, more than 230 times that of the U.S. And it has increased its space-based military capabilities. All of this shifts the orbital balance of power. More than 600 days ago, Russia launched the first invasion of a European country since World War II. The Kremlin has tested a variety of new nuclear weapons capabilities and threatened to resume nuclear explosive testing. Meanwhile, it actively provides enriched uranium to China to support Beijing's nuclear buildup. The North Korean nuclear arsenal continues to advance virtually unchecked. It could soon be capable of overwhelming our ballistic missile defenses. Iran may now be as little as a matter of days away from possessing enough material for a nuclear weapon. At the same time, the regime supports Hamas terrorists in a brazen attack against our longtime friend Israel. Our government should be addressing these threats more urgently. We need a fundamental reassessment of national security assumptions and strategies. From that, we should realign our national resources to meet these historic and troubling developments. Instead, we see more of the same. We see complacency and an unwillingness to proactively confront the cold reality staring us in the face. The Departments of Defense and Energy repeatedly delay the critical programs that could modernize our nuclear deterrent and restore the basic industrial capabilities needed to produce nuclear weapons. The administration ignores persistent calls to invest adequately in domestic shipbuilding. They do this despite clear evidence that even while the White House's signature foreign policy initiative, the AUKUS agreement, may struggle to get off the ground without additional resources. We simply cannot accept complacency if we want to prevail in a long-time competition with China and Russia to prevent war and keep the peace. It is incumbent on legislators to commit today to a program of sustained innovation and investment. This is the only way we can reclaim lost ground. Events, even in the last week, suggest that a national policy of peace through strength is still a blueprint for success. It is time to begin making the national defense investments required to deter the conflicts looming ahead. That's why the work of this commission is so timely. This report, first and foremost, is a bipartisan call to action. We very much appreciate that. It compels us to preserve the global order and the American way of life. It should be required reading for everyone working on national security issues. I wholeheartedly endorse the recommendations the Commission makes within its pages. So we'd like to hear from you, our witnesses, about how you can help create a sense of national urgency so we can restore America's ability to compete and to rebuild the strategic forces our country needs to win in the coming decades. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.